Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin the service. I ask the pallbearers to please come forward.
everyone have a service folder? And if you don't, you can just raise your hand and someone will bring a service folder to you. Before we continue with the service, for Helen, if you have a cell phone that has not yet been turned off or put in silent mode, if you could kindly take a moment to do that, I would appreciate it. We want to thank everyone who's taken the time to be here in the cemetery, as well as those of you joining us remotely. It means so much to Helen's family that you are here to lend your love and your support. Our heart goes out certainly to everyone in Helen's family, and it is customary to begin the service with the traditional act of Kriya. And Fran, Phyllis, and Gail have all been given a Kriya ribbon. If the three of you could just stand right at your place. We know everyone's hearts hurt as we say goodbye to your mom, and you'll notice that the Kriya ribbon has been pinned on the left side over your heart. And it's only children who pin this ribbon over the heart, because there is no bond as unique and special as that between parent and child. There are traditional Hebrew words that are said before making a tear in the Kriya ribbon, and I invite the three of you to repeat these words after me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam dayan ha'emet. These words mean praise are you, eternal God, ruler of the universe, judge and truth. The bottom of the ribbon, now up towards the circular button, you can go ahead now and make a tear. You can tear the ribbon a little or a lot. Sometimes these ribbons tear very easily, and sometimes they're a little stubborn. You have a choice to, someone might be able to tear it for you. You have a choice to wear this ribbon just today or the first week of mourning, or you can choose to wear this torn ribbon. You may be seated. You can choose to wear this ribbon either today, the first week of mourning, or the period of Shloshim, 30 days. You also have a choice to wear this ribbon on the outside or tucked in the inside. If you choose to wear this Kriya ribbon on the outside and people see you wearing this black torn ribbon, even if they don't know it's a Kriya ribbon, hopefully they'll understand that you are in a period of mourning, and they will have compassion on you. We come to this sacred place drawn by the eternal ties that bind your souls to the soul of your beloved Helen. I did not have the honor, and it would have been such an honor to have known Helen, and I am so grateful to her family taking the time to share so many beautiful, heartfelt memories of her, to kind of paint a picture, as I requested, of her beautiful life. And so I have selected certain readings and poems that I felt were fitting for her and for her beautiful family. Unfortunately, the author of this first poem, entitled A Life Well Lived, the author is unknown. A life well lived is a precious gift of hope and strength and grace from someone who has made our world a brighter, better place. It's filled with moments sweet and sad, with smiles and sometimes tears, with friendships formed and good times shared, and laughter through the years. A life well lived is a legacy of joy and pride and pleasure, a living, lasting memory our grateful hearts will treasure. I understand Helen had a really great sense of humor. Vivian Wade wrote, "A sense of humor is important, as shock absorbers are to a car. It helps to get over rough patches approaches that come to us near and by far. A sense of humor is really needed, as a tightrope walker needs a pole. It helps to keep us well balanced. It can cheer and make joyful the soul. A sense of humor is necessary, as yeast is to the rising of bread. When raising our voices in laughter, happiness to others will spread. A sense of humor is important. The Bible, in Proverbs, we read, "A merry heart does good like medicine," which is very good medicine indeed. At times such as this, we often look for comfort, and we often find comfort when we turn to the book of Psalms. In your service folders, you find the 23rd Psalm, a psalm that I think speaks to all of us, regardless of our tradition or faith. So I'd like to invite all of you here, as well as those of you joining us remotely, if you know the words to the 23rd Psalm, let us all join together. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The author of the following poem is unknown. You can see it in their eyes, in tender hugs and long goodbyes, a love that only moms and daughters know. You can see it in their smiles, through passing years and changing styles, a friendship that continually seems to grow. You can see it in their lives, the joy each one of them derives in just knowing that the other one is there. To care and to understand, lend an ear or hold a hand, and to celebrate the memories they share. Not only was Helen blessed with 3 wonderful daughters, she was blessed with this loving family. And the author, unfortunately, is also unknown of this next poem that speaks about how when we can have a family, such as this family, that really cares and loves one another, it's probably one of the greatest gifts one could ever have. In fact, the name of the poem is The Greatest Gift. One of the greatest gifts that life can give to anyone is the very special love that families share. As years go by, it's good to know that there will always be certain people in our lives who care. For there are countless things that only families have in common, and memories that no one else can make. And these precious ties that bind a family together are bonds that time and distance cannot break. How fortunate we are when we have relatives to love us. It makes the world a happy place to be. Few gifts in life will last as long or touch the heart as deeply as the very special gift of family. It's my honor to call upon one of Helen's grandchildren, Lisa, to come forward to offer some beautiful words.
I wanted to share a day in the life with my grandma. This is perfect. This is our ideal day. We awake to the Florida sun after 9, needing sleep after staying up late the night before. We don't need an alarm or a schedule. We have the whole day ahead of us. Once we're out of bed, we sit back down to enjoy breakfast, usually bagels or bialys, and orange juice, of course, that Papa squeezed fresh for us, and of course, coffee. As we read through the paper, news, and listen to the morning talk shows blasting from the TV, you marvel about the celebrity banter and bring up news stories and add your own experiences with no filter. Grandma, you always say it like it is. There's never sugarcoating needed in your loud voice with all the answers. We stay in our nightgowns until we have to get dressed, only when it's time to go to the Lucerne Point pool to relax and socialize with friends. We take it easy and chill with a good romance novel or a gossip magazine. After the pool, we rest a little by watching one of your hundreds of VHS tapes and pop a made-for-TV movie in your coveted VCR. Soon enough, it's time for the early bird dinner, where we enjoy a meal with family, something you always love to do as your strong family values have been passed on. After dinner, we settle back down for some more shows like Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy! You're very good at trivia and you know so much about everything. Now it's time to play Rummikub, a game that you taught us all, and now my own kids play. While we play, we eat some of your famous warm homemade crescent cookies that you are famous for baking. You're such a great baker and cook, and always enjoyed the luxury of taking care of Papa, your children, grandchildren, and even your great-grandchildren. We'll watch more TV, news, and now it's time for the late night talk shows until the midnight hour, as we're both night owls and not early birds. Sure enough, it'd be time to do it all again tomorrow, because you have taught me that every day is Sunday in your perfect world. Grandma, I'm so much like you in so many ways, and I am lucky to have learned the value of lasting love, laughter, friendship, and fun from your example. When Jolie, Aaliyah, and Bria see the Gigi cookies, they always think of you and will never forget. They are lucky to have been loved by you. We will forever remember your smile, beautiful head of hair, loud voice, cooking, and sharp mind, and we'll hold our memories close and always love you.
Helen was really such a loving human being. And perhaps that started from the love she received from her parents, Max and Rebecca. She was a loving sister to Sarah, and sister-in-law to Bernard, as well as a loving sister-in-law to Norman and Shanna. For 71 years, Helen and Bernie drank from the cup of life. And they were truly blessed as their relationship grew, and of course their family grew with Fran and Phyllis and Gail, with Joel, Gus, and Eric. But being a grandmother, she loved being a grandmother to Lisa with Brian, to Tom, to Matthew and Lainey and Rachel and Fred, and great-grandma, and Michael and Michelle. Were their names listed here in the obituary? My bad. Michael and Michelle, how can we forget about you? We can't, because the family is really what mattered most to her. Her great-grandchildren, Maddie, Cooper, Jolie, Aaliyah, Bria, Benjamin, Charlotte, Adeline, Oliver. There were so many adjectives that were used in describing Helen in our meeting, and in no particular order, but just the few that really stood out was how feisty Helen was, how fun. She was motherly, she was friendly, she was loving. She really did have this great sense of humor, and how you shared with me every year on April Fool's Day, you guys enjoyed pranking her, and she enjoyed it. You know, life is short, and if we can have laughter, and if we can have humor, and we can enjoy life to the fullest, whether it's playing trivia, or doing the jumbles, playing mahjong, or rummy cube, or canasta, playing war. I love how one of you shared a story. You were recently playing war with her, and also the TV was on, and it was like, you know, kept looking at the TV, and it was like, and she just said to you, well, aren't you interested in playing with me, playing the game with me? She still had it, even recently. But she did. She liked her shows too, The Price is Right, as you mentioned, and Wheel of Fortune. She loved musicals, The King and I, and Unthinkable Molly Brown, and My Fair Lady, you recalled that she enjoyed. She enjoyed reading biographies and People's Magazine. She was fortunate to be able to travel to Israel, to Europe, Hawaii, Egypt, California, Las Vegas. You recalled trips to Cedar Lake and Riverview and going on cruises. She was able to really enjoy so much of the world. And you'll always remember her beef stew and her cabbage rolls and her sweet and sour meatballs, and of course her stuffing and turkey and sweet potatoes and pecan rolls, right? Her blintzes, her banana cake, and of course, as we heard, the crescent cookies, and her extra chocolate cake, where she used gourmet chocolate. The family get-together started a long time ago, Sundays at her mother's home. And then you recalled and shared with me about Friday dinners at Dengio's. Only the best places, right? She and Bernie loved their years living in Florida, and they made many wonderful friends there. I think above all, even though she loved chocolate and chocolate ice cream and Hershey Kisses so much, I think above all, she loved her family. All of you brought her so much joy. She was so proud of her children and her grandchildren and her great-grandchildren. She is someone that will always, always be remembered. And in fact, I have the honor to share with you something that Fran wrote. And this is what she wrote. Mother, Ma, April 10, 2002, your big birthday, and a day on which we can reflect. And so some memories we chose to select. First, your Thanksgiving dinner with candied sweet potatoes, stuffing, and turkey. Always were a favorite of the Epstein family. And of course, your pecan rolls were so sweet and always such a treat. Your chocolate frosting was the best, along with licking the bowl to get the rest. Your first car had a divider down the front window and was green. How we hated that. In it we might be seen. Biographies and autobiographies you always read. Is that how you knew who was alive or dead? talk shows and comedies give you lots of fun. But tell us, is Raymond loved by everyone? We could go on and say some more, but we'll end it with happy birthday, good health and love to a mother, Ma, we adore. It's beautiful. We know that none of us will live forever. Not everyone is going to be able to have almost 101 years, which is what she almost reached her 101st birthday. Not everyone is blessed to have so much love in their family. Many of us believe that one spirit, one soul can live on. And the way that that can happen is by those of us who are still here to continue to speak about Helen, to share your stories, to share your memories, to document as many as you can, so that when her great-grandchildren grow up one day and maybe get married and have children of their own, they're gonna know about this incredible woman, Helen, who brought so much joy and laughter and love to her family. In that way, she was a wonderful role model. May her memory forever be a blessing. Zecher Tzadik Livracha. And to that we say, Amen. The dust returns to the earth as it was. The spirit returns to God who gave it. It is only the house of the Spirit, which we now lay within the earth. The Spirit itself cannot die. We pray to you, O God, to receive in mercy the soul of our departed Helen Epstein. As Helen's casket is being lowered into the grave, I share with you this beautiful poem by David Harkins. You can shed tears that she is gone, or you can smile because she lived. You can close your eyes and pray that she will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that she has left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see her, or you can be full of the love that you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember her and only that she is gone, or you can cherish her memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty, and turn your back. Or you could do what she would want. Smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. I invite you to turn to your service folders, where you find the two concluding prayers. Underneath the 23rd Psalm, you see El Malei Rachamim, and on the back cover, our final prayer is the Mourner's Kaddish. If you are able to rise for these two prayers, I invite you to please rise. El Malei Rachamim, say menucha nechona tachat kanfei hashchina im gedoshim utehorim kizor rekia Adonai unachalatam v'tanuach b'shalom al mishkava v'nomar Compassionate God, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to Helen Epstein, who has entered eternity. O God of mercy, let her find refuge in your eternal presence, and let her soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is her inheritance. May she rest in peace, and let us say, Amen. We turn now to the back cover for the mourner's cottage. It is said that the angels brought this prayer down from heaven. It possesses wonderful power. Truly, if there is any bond strong enough to link heaven to earth, it is this prayer. We join together in exalting God's name with these traditional words of the mourner's cottage. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma tivrach hirotei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman karib v'imeru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah, mevarach le'olam u'lomei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei d'kudashar, b'richu, le'ela, min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran ba'alma, v'imeru, amen. Yehei shalama rabbah, min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'bromav u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. May the author of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us. And to that we say, Amen. For those of us who will not be buried in Israel, we bring a little Israel here with this pouch of holy earth from the Mount Olives in Jerusalem, Israel. And I'd like to invite Helen's children and their spouses to share this holy earth, either pouring it right from the pouch into the grave or in your hand and then into the grave. After the holy earth is placed into the grave, they will lead us, all of us who are here, are invited to participate in the burial process with the traditional 3 shovels of earth or 3 handfuls of earth. It doesn't matter how much earth you get on the shovel. You'll notice behind me there are 2 small buckets with small shovels in it. We never pass the shovel, so when you're done with your 3 shovels, place the shovel back in the bucket where you found it so that each individual can participate in this mitzvah, this good deed, from his or her own free will. Some people turn the shovel upside down, making it more difficult to shovel, which is symbolic of how difficult it is to bury somebody that we love. So we'll start with the holy earth again. Helen's daughters to come forward and share the contents of this pouch, and then shovels, 2 people can shovel at a time. Please watch how you step. Just stay behind the black buckets, and once they're done, you can hold the earth and their 3 shovels. We can pour 2 lines, 2 people at a time.
did it. Oh, I did 3. I did it upside down. Please stay behind. I could do it upside down. For your safety. Great. Be careful. Stay behind. Go over there. Just stay behind the microphone.
Start having others come forward. 2 people can go at the same time. Three shovels of the flower. It doesn't matter which one you do.
Sir.
Step around over here. Please stay behind the
Then you can step
for
back
your
to
safety.
Anybody want some water? Water? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce that the family's receiving calls of condolence tonight at the Barclay in the hospitality room from 5 to 9 p.m. You're all invited.